Welcome back, and this week we are comparing KFC's sides, sort of. On the bone, fillets, wings and popcorn. All in the aim to find out, as I'm sure everybody's thought, which one is actually the best. So this week, as I say, comparing chicken, not quite a direct comparison, but similar to the cheeseburger challenge and the McChicken sandwich and crispy chicken, etc. Compare those. They're not exactly the same, obviously, but they're the only sides that KFC do, as opposed to McDonald's with chicken nuggets and chicken selects, which essentially are mini fillets. I thought, you know what, let's just see if we can try and compare them a little bit to sort of give a bit of value to what each piece is and the cost and everything else. Because essentially there's not many new items out. McDonald's, I think everybody's done to death with the katsu curry. And obviously I did the ranch last week, which, as you saw, if you haven't, check it out. It was very good. So to start with, the prices, as you can see there. So the two-piece on its own, $4.99, obviously a lot of chicken. The 2 times fillets, I think an individual fillet, £2.59, which, yes, it's a fillet, I get that, but £2.59, that's, I mean, $2.50, half the price of chicken on the bone. Maybe that's similar. As you can see there, a little pan of each item. Moving on from that, it's the popcorn chicken, regular popcorn chicken as well. $5.99, which, you know, £6 is a lot of money, I think, for essentially processed little bits of chicken. They're not really kind of chunks, as everybody I'm sure knows. They're basically processed chicken. And to finish off, the hot wings, $2.49 for 2 hot wings. So the popcorn chicken, start with, I would say it's a nice side. I mean, it's not really a main as such, obviously, but you can have it as a main meal. They could do with being a little bit bigger. There's kind of more coating than there is chicken, so I'm not rating the popcorn. I don't think I've ever really rated the popcorn chicken very high, but it's kind of like a bit of a side, you know, as I say, comparing the sides to a meal or a burger or, you know, chicken on the bone. So probably not the best comparison, but half decent in terms of other companies that do or try to do popcorn chicken, but just could do with a little bit bigger. And obviously for the cost, I think that's, you know, way out of the game, $5.99. Everybody knows my opinion on hot wings. They are nice in terms of the flavour and the coating, etc. Just then, there's not much to them. I can't really knock them for £2.49, £1.25, let's say, per wing. But that's about all they are worth. As you can see there, there's never really much to them, and then they've always got some kind of discoloured meat in the middle, sort of, you know, I'm not going to say exactly what, but it's either, you know, too long frozen or not cooked properly. So the wings themselves, I would say they're not even, you know, or excuse me, they're not all that. They're good wings, but they're not good wings in terms of everybody else's that offer chicken wings. So I'd say they're quite far down the ranking at the moment. However, mini fillets, I would say overall, especially for the fact that they're £2.59, is not that good value, but the taste and the coating, and obviously being a chicken fillet, as you can see there, the moisture level, moisture is really high. I mean, it's never dry. So yeah, I'd say the mini fillets have got to be ranking towards the top in terms of sides. Again, £2.59 per fillet. I'd say maybe $1.80, $1.90, maybe £2. And then you'd be kind of getting towards what would be the 2-piece on the bone. However, it's a completely different, and again, this is where the comparison isn't perfect. You know, you've got essentially a big piece of popcorn chicken, but as a fillet with a coating on, or hot wings coating, but with fillet and obviously decent amount of chicken in the middle. So for me, so far, mini fillets, I'd say, have got to be towards the top. And as you can see with the prices here in terms of the overall cost, and obviously I had chips as well just to have it as a meal, but added the chips in. I would say the mini fillets are winning, just because, as I say, the flavour, the texture, maybe not the size, but Yeah, so let's look at the two-piece. I mean, it is essentially skin on chicken on the bone. But once you've taken that initial coating, as in chicken skin, off, you're just left with chicken. And I don't think that's a bad thing. There's a lot of chicken, obviously, with them being either thighs or also the one drumstick. Although I didn't have a drumstick, I know I didn't show the second piece, sorry. Reading there as first place. I didn't show the second piece, but it was basically the same thing, just another thigh, although it would be nice to have a drumstick and a thigh every time. Always, decent chicken in terms of the cooking of it. Always got a reasonably high moisture content. I don't think I've ever had a dry, probably more greasy than anything else, but I've never had a dry piece of chicken from KFC. Again, maybe the cooking isn't quite on point, I don't know. But I think the value for $4.99 as a meal, albeit this isn't necessarily a side, I think is brilliant, $4.99. So how they then come to the conclusion of their other items should be $2.59 or popcorn chicken, £5.99. I guess it's just the process and the additional ingredients that push the price up, but I still think it's a bit extortionate. However, as a comparison, the on-the-bone chicken is literally just that. You've got no coating after the skin's gone, whereas a fillet has, and obviously even a hot wing has, and a piece of popcorn chicken has, albeit very small. So I'd say they're not going to win first, but they are high up. And as you'll see in a second, I think whoever the winner is, they're all a good piece of chicken. They're all good items at the end of the day. So I don't think it's necessarily a loser. But as you can see there, I've put it as first place mini fillet, second two-piece chicken, third place hot wings, and fourth place popcorn chicken. Appreciate everybody watching. And if you haven't, check out these videos.